The apple orchard is dedicated to the man who donated the apple trees.
Who collected them?
Who collected them, yes.
This one's good. You just saw it. Oh, I like that part. Here.
Yeah, it's right. It could be tight. That cuts the apple. Let's try over here. Yeah. You can try the other.
These trees were planted in 1984, and then a little strip of land adjacent to where the orchard is, we called the Panhandle, was planted in 88. So most of the trees are 23 or younger, and they're we try and keep them reasonable enough that we can reach the apples and reach to prune them. Some of them get a little too tall, and we have pole pruners, but we're not allowed to use any other equipment like ladders in the orchard as volunteers. We meet every Wednesday from 9 till noon if any of you want to join us, and we're always looking for new volunteers because a lot of some of the volunteers have been with us for a long time, can't make it up into the orchard anymore. Any questions before we get started?
So the original orchard, the trees, they started them from seeds from his apples from his orchard?
No, you cannot start an apple tree that you want. Say you want Golden Delicious, you cannot take a Golden Delicious seed, plant it, and grow a Golden Delicious tree, because that will only have half the genes you want. You need to use wood from the tree. So we take a branch and we will graft. We'll take a branch off and we'll put it onto rootstock, and we'll make sure that is the tree that we get growing from the rootstock. We'll make sure the rootstock doesn't grow any branches, it's just the root, and the top will be the tree we grafted on.
What's the root, usually?
The root is special because you can get dwarf rootstock, semi-dwarfing rootstock, or standard rootstock, and that rootstock is developed by the University of California, I think, right?
Merton in England.
In England, okay. So there's M111. There are a lot of different names for the different rooting stocks. Okay, let's go now. Yes, okay. As we walk into the orchard, there are some wasps' nests that we have tried to eradicate, but there are wasps that are flying around the ground, so watch where you're walking. There are a number of gopher holes as well as our drip system. So when you see the drip system, please step over it, don't step on it. It's a long black tube, okay? All right, so Emil Linquist, this orchard is dedicated to him, the man who donated these. When he was alive, he would come and give us grafting classes as well, and we have one on tape that we still have, but we wish we still had him around to ask questions to. Okay, so let's stop, let's walk up to the first tree, and let's try and stay together if we can. This is the County King. Okay. Thanks for helping, yes. But
Boy, they're big.
that's okay. I am going to pick in these after all. They are so red. Oops.
That was ready.
Does anyone else have a pocket knife? Tompkins County King. This was grown in 1804 in New Jersey. And it was grown commercially for profit in New York in the later 1800s. It's a dessert apple, and it also can be used in cooking. He talks about an apple that we don't have.
What's
as
that?
being his favorite. It's
Hudson's, shoot.
This is Hudson's Golden Gem.
Oh, okay, this is it. Yeah.
But he said Fireside
Ah.
was his favorite, and then he said the second favorite was Something Delicious, and we don't even have that tree.
So are they totally gone, you think?
So, let's wait till everyone gets here. This is an odd-looking apple. And I'll talk about why it looks so odd. If you go into the store, you know, we really unfortunately shop by our eyes, right? And we see that and we say, no, go to another apple, don't try this one. This one is called Hudson Golden Gem, and it was probably one of Emil's favorites because he planted so many in the orchard. We have more of this tree than any other in the orchard. We have like 6 or 7 Hudson Golden Gems, and we'll give you a taste, but the outside is a cork layer. It's called a russeted layer, and Shakespeare called these leather coats. And this cork layer actually was beneficial because before refrigeration, these kept well. They didn't lose their such a thick layer. They didn't lose their moisture out the skin. So let's give taste while I'm talking, and please ask questions while I'm talking. And girls, could you each hold one of these? And I will give you a bite first for holding that for me because I'm going to cut those later. All right. So these have kind of a tough skin, but they taste delicious. Try that flesh. And this is just the borderline of when Hudson Golden Gem is ripe, so it will get even sweeter as time goes on. Well, yeah, every core does.
Thank you very much. Excuse us. Excuse me. There's another one that wants some over here. Please.
Or this is a crab.
This is a crab.
Crab apple. Well, normally they don't make a good edible crab, but this is it.
Well, we had a better crab than this one, but that crab died, unfortunately. So, so this is called red vein. It's a crab, and I think part of the reason why Emil put crabs in the orchard was for apple cider. He was a huge apple cider fan. And this one doesn't taste too bad. We had a Whitney crab which tasted even better than this one. But this one looks nice, and when you cook it and put it in applesauce and fries, it'll keep that same color. Now this is going to be a little bit sour, okay?
Wow, that's so sour.
Okay. And guess what either of these two trees are? This is an old-fashioned variety you used to be able to get in the store, and someone told me last tour that you can still get these in the store. Starts with a J.
Jonathan?
Jonathan, yeah, good. I'm going to try and get these really low ones down here.
Why did you want the low one?
Well, because sometimes when branches hang low, that tells you, wow, there's so much weight on this branch that I'm getting so low, I might get ready to break. So I want to pull those, especially if they're red. I'm also looking for the color. So sometimes you're wondering, how do I know when the apples are ripe? Well, the birds often tell us. They start to peck right away. And another way is to look at the seeds. And not only should the seeds be dark, but they should be plump. They should be sort of full seeds, not real thin, narrow ones. They should be plump. That one's not really plump, but somewhat plump. So we're going to try this and see how it tastes. Okay? So the people that are helping you get first taste. These are Jonathan, all red Jonathan. Just a man's name, and I don't know why, but it's easy to remember, let's put it that way. I'm glad we have a lot of hungry apple children. That's great. Help me eat apples for a long, long time.
What is it called?
Pink Pearl. Pink Pearl.
How is it?
Is it?
It's good.
Hard, huh?